Hi, in this video we are going to look at how we go about multiplying and dividing intricate fractions. We covered the basic rules in our previous video. Now let's look at some examples of how we apply these rules. Simplify the following: HPQ over R divided by 16p squared q squared over r squared. Now individually we cannot simplify either fraction, so it's time to tip and times. Let's leave 8pq over r as it is, pq over r. I'm going to multiply and then tip this fraction over here. So we have r squared becomes the numerator and 16p squared q squared becomes the denominator. And now we can cancel. We have 8 and 16. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 16 divided by 8 is 2. We have p and p squared, so this p will cancel. The exponent of 2 will cancel, and we're left with p. Then we have q and q squared, so the q cancels, the exponent cancels, and we're left with q. Now we have r and r squared, so the r will cancel, the exponent will cancel, and we're left with r. Now we can multiply these two together. We have 1 multiplied by r, which is simply r, and then we have 1 multiplied by 2pq. So we have a denominator of 2pq. Here we have x multiplied by y to the power of 4 over y squared multiplied by x cubed. Now the operations within the fraction are multiplication, so we can still cancel. We have an x cubed. 1 minus 3 gives us -2, which means the x will cancel, the 3 will cancel, and we're left with an exponent of 2. Here we have y to the power of 4 over y squared. 4 minus 2 is 2, so the y squared cancels, the exponent of 4 cancels, and we're left with y squared. Now we can simplify. The x is being cancelled, which means this is a 1. 1 multiplied by y squared is simply y squared. In the denominator, the y squared is cancelled, so we have 1 multiplied by x squared, which is simply x squared. The bases are not the same, so we cannot simplify further, and this is our final answer. Here we have 24zt cubed over x squared divided by 8xt over z. Individually, we cannot simplify these fractions, so let's tip and times. Let's leave our first fraction as it is, and we have 24zt cubed over x squared. Change the divide to a multiplication sign. We're going to tip the second fraction, so z becomes our numerator, and the denominator becomes 8xt. And now we can cancel. We have 24 and 8, both divisible by 8. 8 divided by 8 leaves us with 1. 24 divided by 8 leaves us with 3. We have t cubed and t. 3 minus 1 is 2. So this t will cancel, and we're left with t squared. We cannot simplify further, which means that now we can multiply our two fractions together. Our first fraction is a coefficient of 3 and 1 over here, so we get 3. We have z multiplied by z, which gives us z squared, and then we have our t squared. In the denominator, we have x squared multiplied by x, which is x cubed. Let's do another one. In this case, we have got 4 separate fractions, and a lot of students say, well, where do I cancel? How do I start this? What do I do? The best suggestion is to start by simplifying each fraction individually, and we're going to do this now. I'm going to put a little equal sign in over here. Our first fraction is 9 over 27. Both values are divisible by 9. 9 divided by 9 gives me 1. 27 divided by 9 gives me 3. So our first fraction will be 1 over 3. Our second fraction, we have 3 and 12. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. We have x cubed and y cubed. They cannot cancel. So this fraction becomes 1x cubed, which is simply x cubed, over 4y cubed. Our third fraction is 81 over 27. 81 is divisible by 27. When you divide, you get 3. So in this case, 27 divided by 27 is 1. 81 divided by 27 is 3. So now we multiply by 3 over 1. Finally, let's look at our fourth fraction. 9 and 3 are divisible by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. And we're left with 3y squared over 1x squared, which is simply x squared. Now that we've done this, we can cross cancel. So here we have 3, here we have 3. Just these cancel and become 1. We have x cubed and x squared. 3 minus 2 is 1, which means the x squared cancels and becomes 1. We cancel the exponent, and we're left with x to the power of 1, which is simply x. We have y squared and y cubed. 2 minus 3 is negative 1, which means the y squared cancels, the exponent cancels, and we're left with 4y. Now that we've done this, we can multiply our fractions together. 1 multiplied by x is x, multiplied by 1 is still x, multiplied by 3 is 3x. So our numerator is 3x. Now let's look at our denominator. 1 multiplied by 4y is 4y, multiplied by 1 is still 4y. So our denominator is 4y. And we have now answered this question. Here we have two brackets separated by a divide. And we know that when we divide, we tip in times. And a lot of students say, well, we have more than one fraction within each bracket. Where do we tip? How many fractions do I need to tip? How does this work? The best suggestion when working with a question like this is to focus on these two brackets independently first. And that is what we're going to do now. Let's start with our first bracket. Our first fraction has got its numerator of 3, and we have a 27 over here. Cancel the 3 becomes 1. Cancel the 27, and we get 9. Then we have 8 and 64. Divided by 8 leaves us with 1. Divided by 8 leaves us with 8. Within the second fraction, we have t cubed and t. 3 minus 1 is 2, which means that this exponent is cancelled out, and we're left with 2. And this t cancels out completely. Now we have 1 over 1, which is simply 1, multiplied by this fraction over here, which has become 8t squared y squared over 9. Now let's focus on this bracket over here. 16 and 6 are both divisible by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 6 divided by 2 is 3. We have t to the power of 4 and t squared. 4 minus 2 is 2, so the t squared cancels. So does the exponent of 4, and we are left with t squared. Here we have y to the power of 3, y to the power of 3 again, so these will cancel out. Let's put in our division sign. Now we have 8 multiplied by t squared, so we're going to have 8t squared in our numerator. 3 multiplied by 1 again leaves us with 3. Now we have two individual fractions, so now we can tip in times. Let's leave our first fraction as it is. We have 8t squared y squared over 9, and we're going to multiply it by 3 over 8t squared. and now we can cancel. We have 9 and 3, both are divisible by 3. 9 divided by 3 leaves us with 3. 3 divided by 3 leaves us with 1. Now we have 8 and 8. These two will cancel. We have t squared and t squared, so these two will cancel. And we're left with y squared. Now we can multiply. Y squared multiplied by 1 is y squared. And 3 multiplied by 1 leaves us with 3. I want to look at one more example. Here we have a bracket x plus y and a bracket here x plus y. And remember that when you have a bracket with an exponent, we can still subtract the exponents. So let's cancel these two fractions. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 and 3 cancel. We have z up here and z squared down here. So the z will cancel. And so will the exponent of z over here. Finally, we have the bracket x plus y cubed. And here we have x plus y to the power of 7. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. So this bracket will cancel. And we're left with x plus y with an exponent of 4. Now we can multiply our two fractions together. Here we have 1. Everything here is cancelled, which means that is 1 as well. So our numerator is 1. In the denominator, we have 4. We have a z. And we have the bracket x plus y to the power of 4. So we say 4 x plus y to the power of 4 z. And we have now completed this question. You will see more examples like this in upcoming videos.